Hi, I'm here to give you a tutorial on how to use some guidelines and a basic idea for a cartoon-like or realistic face, but I'm going to go more to the cartoon side because that's the natural style I specifically go towards when I draw. So let's just get right to it. I'm going to start by drawing out a circle in the middle of my screen. I'm just going to try to get it as round as I can using my wrist. You can do this on paper or digital, either one doesn't matter, but I did digital so that you can see what I was drawing easier. My eraser is out of just erasing quick, so it'll make it a bit more clear where my guidelines are. And this is going to be the basics of my face. And from here on, I want to, for a straight front face, looking from the front, I want to draw a line as straight as I can get down, which apparently is not very straight. I'm just going to fix that. Straight line going down the face. And for going down the face, you want it roughly around an extra third of what the face would be. It depends on how long the face of who you're trying to draw is, but that's how long I'm going to do it for this. From around there on there, you want to just, on the circle, you want to just go down and draw some lines diagonally, and you want to connect them here. I have made them too long, and I think I'm going to round them out a bit. So I'm going to round them, make them start a bit higher up in terms of where they should turn in. I have a little kind of sharp jaw there, and you can smooth it out later. But then I want to round off the chin. And from there, I have my basic start up of a face. The eyes are going to generally occur around 3/5 down. So I'm going to draw, it's just a little bit under halfway basically. I'm going to draw a line around there. And right here is where my bottom of my nose is going to be. And around halfway between the bottom of the nose to the bottom of the chin is where my mouth is going to occur. And so therefore I have my eye line, which I think actually I'm going to make the top of my eye line, my nose and my mouth. So for my eyes, I want to make them a bit lower, so I'm going to add a bottom line here. And from here on, we have our basic head shape. I'm going to add in the neck, going a little bit in right here. I don't know if you can see that, but right on the chin, I want to go in a little bit here, inward and then outward, just a little bit, and then soften it out. This I can always change later. There's nothing set in stone. Usually I would draw a bit lighter on paper, but for this I want to draw a bit darker so you guys can see what I'm talking about better. For the eyes, I'm going to zoom in a bit. We're going to try to balance them out and make them even. We're going to divide this line up a bit to make ourselves little eye blocks. And we want to make them around the same size and around the same amount of distance between this middle part. So I'm going to skin off a bit up there. And there we have around where the eyes are going to be, which is roughly, depending on how realistic you are, it's 5 eyes across. Mine are a little bit less on the outside because it's more of a cartoon style. They'd be a bit smaller otherwise. And I'm just going to sketch in the eyes in those spaces. And the eye style is up to what you draw. For me, I usually draw an oval shape and an oval shape below, and then just kind of play around with it. I don't really have a defined eye style, which bothers me a bit, and I'm going to work on. So yes, this is definitely more of a cartoon style because the eyes are a bit bigger. You would make them smaller if they were more realistic. So I'm just going to roughly try to balance these eyes out. You might also know that I usually draw a semicircle going down because drawing a full round circle in there, it fits, but usually your eyes have to be pretty wide open to be able to see that entire thing. Based on, I think that this eye is a bit too long, I'm just going to try to balance the eyes out a bit. Have a little lash going down there. Honestly, just at this point, you're just kind of playing to get them equal. I'm just trying to make them symmetrical. I should make my eraser not so bulky. But I'm too lazy to. The inside of the eyes is not exactly symmetrical, but I have not shaded them yet. I'm just going to shade them black for now. And yeah, this part is just about trying to balance the eyes and looking at both of them and asking yourself, do they look symmetrical enough for me to move on? Which for me, they have not yet looked yet symmetrical. And digital, usually I would just copy and paste one eye onto the other eye, but for those traditional people out there, I'll just show my suffering. It's not perfect, but I'm just going to leave it because I can't seem to balance them today. So we're going to go move on to the nose. And from the nose, I usually add around a circle, around a little bit above the line, and that's going to be the ball of the nose. From there, I put my nostrils. Also, in traditional, you should be erasing the guidelines as you go. You don't have to, but I usually do. It just bothers me. I'm just going to go over this again with another layer. If I were to align it, I would just do that. For the nose, you want kind of this part at the bottom to come down to a little point, like the nose is a point here, if you were to draw it out like that. So, I think my nostrils are a bit too close together, so I actually like the nose I do on the side more than I want the one over here. So, and I'm just going to add some shading around the corners of the eye to show the depth of the nose. And I'm going to just erase some of the guidelines around there so I can get more of the actual shading around the nose. Now, if you're going for full realism, you keep adding more shades, but for the general line art, this is what I would do. For the mouth, I mean, some people have a lot shorter of areas, but usually I draw for more pouty of lips. I would draw 2 lines going up and then down and then back up for a general smile. And the corners of the mouth line roughly up with the around here and the eyes. I'm not sure if it's the exact inner corner. It depends on the person you're looking at. If you're drawing a person from real life, you can just draw a line where their mouth ends and you can kind of get an idea where it would be. So, and then I'm going to draw the upper lip following the main inner lip and the bottom lip to go with it. Then I'm just going to shade around the middle of the bottom lip a bit because that's my style usually when I go for this type of drawing. And I'm going to add some eyebrows because she looks a little bit scary. Erase that nose over there. Some creases in her eyes, which you don't need if someone has monolids. And then eyes, they're around halfway through the circle of the face. It's a bad line example. They're around halfway. Honestly, eyebrows, they're kind of like eyes, you just keep balancing them. They go generally to the inside of the eye and a little bit over. It all depends on who you're drawing, how thick their eyebrows are, because eyebrows are something that's very loosely defined on each person. They're very different. They could be very low, or they could be very high. Or they could be drawn on even higher. So we're going to draw the ears now. The ears go from the bottom of the nose to around the top of the eye. And they're going to go out and in and around. So we're going to do this other side too. Top of the eye to the bottom of the nose. I'm going to go out and in and above. And it depends on how big your character's ears are. These are a bit big for me. So I'm going to just make them a little bit smaller. But it does not mean height, it just means how much they protrude. So I'm just going to make them protrude a bit less. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of ear detail, which I just draw the little line for the bottom of the ear and the little thing there. That's all I do. If you want to shade in this area. I've literally just memorized where the lines go on the ears. I know how ears look, but I don't think of it when I draw the ears. No, it's not, my drawing is not perfect, it's not symmetrical, it's not great, but it's an idea of what to show. I'm going to add, oh, that was a mistake in the pen pressure. I'm going to add in a little bit of shading. I'm going to do some hair too. So the hair is going to go a little bit above, just a little bit above the circle you originally had because of volume. And I'm going to give her some bangs because I like drawing bangs. I think they're fun. And you're going to want to make a kind of a point where all the hair goes to. So I'm just kind of giving her some bangs. I don't know if it was the best idea. I feel like she was not really a bang kind of person, but I did them anyway. So, it's the most relaxing and easy thing for me to draw. I don't know why I keep shifting down. Photoshop really likes me. And sometimes the hair will cover the ears, and you just erase them. So, and then you have a general idea of what you have. You know, I really don't like those bangs. They're nice and easy to draw, but I don't like them. So I'm gonna change it. It's a bit hard to change, but I'm going to. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm gonna give her like a nice swoop. They're still kind of bangs, but like they're not as bang-like as the other ones. And usually, if you have like a hair split like this, you're going to want to do a little M up here, and then have a little jagged line of hair, and then do some lines because it bends over. You know, you can just shade a bit around. And in digital, I would just do another layer or erase it more carefully with the eraser that's not the back of my pen. But in general, I'm just clean it up a bit with the front of my pen so it actually is it. It's on hard round pressure. Okay. I'm just gonna clean up a little bit along some of my lines in the hair and that mistake. And then maybe, you know, just a little bit of shading between the eyebrows along the lids. Because usually, in real people, there's going to be like a little loop-de-doo between the brows and around the eyes and on up here. This is going to be your shading region, which is where the face dips in a bit. So it has shading on it. You're going to notice it's like a little thing on the nose that maybe happens. And then on the forehead, there's some nice shading too. I'm just doing some quick shades. Erase some of the guidelines a little bit. To always erase them all, but just enough so you can see more of the drawing at the end. Yeah, and some little eyelashes. A little bit. I like adding little lines in the corners of the eyes. It's a personal thing that I stole from other people doing it, and I liked it. It's just a thing that kind of gives the eyes some depth and cuteness. Just in the corners. This side would go better. And then corners of the eye, you know, you just keep adding little details. It's up to how you want it to do. But in general, that's the end of this tutorial. Just a quick little demonstration on how to draw a general face. You don't have to draw as much hair strands as I do. It's just how I usually sketch it out. So, and then there's what you get. Wait, fix that to go the hair split. Yeah, and there you go. There's something. And so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and learned from it a little bit.